Tonight is about our other investors, and tonight we're starting off with Kelly and Jason Patterson. They are in here from Hawaii. Do we have them on here?
Hello, hi, Julian.
Hi guys, how are you?
Oh, great.
Okay. So, tell us a little about yourselves, living in Hawaii, living in paradise.
Well, so this is my wife Kelly, and my name's Jason, and we live in Hawaii. I was born and raised in Hawaii, so and Kelly and I met here, and yeah, we've been married for 12 years, and we actually met surfing. I used to compete in tandem surfing, which is two people surfing on one big surfboard, and that's kind of like figure skating, but on the water. And then that's how we met, and we got married. And
Okay,
Kelly,
we're just going to
she's
stop real quick. You guys met at a tandem surf competition. That is definitely how the other side lives, guys. Continue.
so then yeah, Kelly is a ER nurse at one of the hospitals here in Hawaii, Queens West, and I'm a lifeguard in Hawaii. So my work days consist of working on the beach 4 days a week, and I love it.
I can
And
imagine. I mean,
yeah, and we got into real estate and lifestyles back in 2020 during COVID. We came back from a snowboarding trip, and we were I was quarantined from my job, so I looked up online and saw Lifestyles Unlimited and signed up online.
okay. And you guys also do stunt work. So tell us a little bit about that.
That's our part job. Uh, I'm a stunt performer, and Kelly also, and whatever movies come to Hawaii, uh, we just try to get work on it, and we worked on a few shows that came to Hawaii. Being a lifeguard is what got me into the stunt community, because a lot of the movies that came to Hawaii dealt with the water and the ocean. So being a lifeguard, I got to just slide right into that part of the stunt work.
So they literally live on a movie set, essentially, because they live in paradise and they compete in competitive surfboard competitions. They do stunt work for fun. And yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to feel even the slightest bit sorry for any situation. And they're always super fun. I would call them over, reply back to their calls, and they'd be doing fun things like dropping their kids off at skateboard camp. Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys worked, you were at the position where you were about to retire, you were looking at your finances, and you're like, I'm not sure if our pension's going to be enough, and you wanted to be able to generate additional income, so then you found real estate.
Yes, and I knew that my pension wouldn't be enough, so I had to do something that would allow me to have the lifestyle that we want and that we are currently
You already
living.
have the lifestyle everybody wants, but but you wanted to keep it. I understand that.
We want to continue to do it.
Gotcha. So I'm assuming that there's not a whole bunch of real estate investment opportunities for low dollar amounts in paradise, correct?
Yeah, that's why we have multiple jobs here, because of the high cost of living, and that's why we like
But like the
what
best
Dell was
jobs
saying:
ever.
live where you want, invest where it makes sense, and so that's why we invest in San Antonio and other places in the United States.
Fantastic. So the property that we're going to be presenting on today is actually one that you purchased in Tennessee, and you purchased through a 1031 exchange. And what that means, and Chris will go into way more detail about how 1031 exchanges work over the weekend, as well as the financing. You purchased this first property in Tennessee, and you did it with a 1031 exchange, and you used Lifestyles Realty to be able to purchase it. So can you give us a little bit of an example of the challenges that you experienced as far as investing from a distance versus if you were investing in your backyard?
Well, some of the challenges were like, because of the time difference, we were like 5 hours behind, so we would have to do business like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning here. and then after we're doing that, then we can go to our work and at the beach and stuff like that. But those were the key challenges, was trying to wake up at that time and do
But
business that way.
you didn't have to
And
hop
also,
on a plane multiple times to go check out this property and watch the rehab and get it rented and all of those things, correct?
no, yeah, yeah, correct. We just did it. We just did it all on the phone and by pictures, and just communicating with our contractors, and just having eyes there for us, and then just having them take pictures and talking to them, and just building that relationship with our contractors and realtor and our team.
Excellent. Okay, so here are some before and after pictures of your property on Aldrin Street in Tennessee. So again, it looks like you definitely made a big improvement and made it beautiful, clean, functional, and also made it up to date. But it doesn't look like you ripped down walls or completely refigured the property. It looks like you made it clean and functional, which is what we strive for here at Lifestyles. And did
Yes.
you pick all the stuff out, or did you take some advice from contractors, or were you looking at comparable properties, or how did you guys decide what to do?
Yeah, we did what we were taught, and also I worked with our contractor, and we just did some, yeah, we took some of their advice, and then just kind of they did what we had done with the scope of work, with our scope and what we wanted to get done.
Well, it looks great, and you were able to do it without having to leave paradise. So that is fantastic. So let's break into the numbers. Your ARV, meaning what this property appraised for once it was fixed up, was $230,000. You were able to purchase it for $125,000. You did have a $64,000 rehab, which is a decent size rehab. And all in, you had a $26,500 equity capture, and you're cash flowing $428 a month, or gave yourself an additional $5,136 a year. So you have a 15% cash on cash return and a return on equity capture of 78%. That is amazing. Can we give them a round of applause?
Thank you.
But that's not the only properties that you've been purchasing. And again, none of these are in your backyard. These were all properties that you were able to stay at home and be able to invest in from a distance, utilizing Lifestyles Realty. You have one in Tennessee, and then we have 3 in Texas. I do know that you have another one that you did also sell. So you've actually done 2 1031 exchanges, which is fantastic, because you were able to turn your initial seed money into 4 properties and increase it to $175,500 in equity capture. And how many years have you guys been doing this?
3 years. Wait, 2020, 2023. Yeah, 3.
3 years. You gave yourself $175,500. That is huge, guys. Who would like to give themselves almost $200,000 in equity capture in under 3 years? And you also gave yourself a $14,676 annual raise by cash flowing on these properties. And again, how much do you actually have to interact with them other than receiving calls from your tenants or anything along those lines? Do you self-manage your own properties?
Yes, we self-manage our properties from here.
Yeah.
and and that's just like building relationships too with the tenants or residents. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So everybody can hear that. I know that a lot of times we immediately think the properties that we own here in our own city, where we're like, oh, I don't want to deal with tenants. I don't want to manage residents. I don't want to deal with any of that. You are able to do your own self-management from a 6-hour time difference away. I also know the time difference because I have called the poor Pattersons like 3 o'clock in the morning, because I think everybody's in Central Time. So. Excellent. So if you could tell somebody that's brand new, or this is their very first time sitting here and listening to everything, what's some advice you would give somebody?
I would say sign up and learn as much as you can about it, and then put some action to it.
Excellent.
Go do it.
Fantastic. And you guys have the goals to keep purchasing more single-family properties and move towards larger properties, and possibly even do an IRO. So that'll be exciting to see. And thank you guys so much for sharing with us. Does anybody have any questions for the Pattersons? Nope. No questions here? Do we have any? Yep, got one question. The question was, which beach do you lifeguard at?
Makaha Beach, usually.
That's his favorite. So you just won that question. Anyone else got another question? Oh, Bruce Hara over here is saying that's too far west side.
Yeah.
And you did use Central Texas Realty and Tennessee Realty. We have the cute little pictures of both of them doing their two separate 1031 exchanges. I also wanted to tell a quick story about when I was talking to Kelly about, because she's not native to Hawaii, whereas Jason is. And I asked how she ended up in Hawaii, and she said she went there for college. How many people in this room tried to convince their parents that they wanted to go to the University of Honolulu when they were graduating from high school, and it didn't really pan out, and our parents saw through that? I did. Kelly's living my best life right now. So. Anything else you want to share, Kelly? You want to share anything about living the lifestyle? Look at her being all shy right now.
Yeah.
No, I just love it. I'm just so thankful for lifestyles. It's really just given us an opportunity to live our dream.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Oh, one more question. Yeah, so the question was, how did you find, or did you find any difficulty vetting contractors remotely? How did you find contractors from a distance? What tools did you utilize?
Yeah, so so with the Tennessee one, we had to screen our own contractors just by calling them up or online, and having Rachel help us out with locating, because the vendor program wasn't really set up in Tennessee. It probably is now, but we had to talk with the contractor and just build that relationship and
So just networking and getting referrals from like the realtor or other members that have invested there, and then kind of making judgment calls. Okay.
Yeah, make a judgment call, and then just have a one-on-one conversation with the contractor and see where he's at, see how many jobs he has, or will he be able to do our job in a reasonable amount of time, and things like that.
The struggle is real.
Hey, can we ask him what good-looking guy sold you that first house you did a 1031 exchange with in 2021? Who'd you get
David
that from?
Fisher, by the way.
Oh, that would be you, David Fisher. Yeah,
Big Daddy snaps.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy snaps.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys
That
so
house,
much.
allowed us to purchase 2 more houses.
There you go.
Yeah.
Buy
So
one house,
really
buy
quick,
2 more.
Rick online, he has a question. What tools or contacts did they use to initially rent out their new homes? Did they use an agent or did they do it themselves?
Do you have a leasing agent?
We had our good friend Adrian.
She's nice.
She's one of our Central Texas agents. Yep.
Yes.
And you used her to help market and get people to show the property and whatnot, correct?
Yes.
But you do
yeah.
self-manage.
And then we do look at the credit and the screening the tenant, and so that we can have the right tenant in there.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys so very much for sharing your story, and I hope that some people in this room and listening to us online are inspired that they can purchase properties regardless of where they live, because you've done it multiple times. So thank you so much for sharing, and as always, it's been a pleasure, and we're super jealous of you.
Thank you.
Bye, Jason. Bye, Kelly.
Guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.